These nuclear reactors here in Pickering have been cranking out energy for decades. The Pickering nuclear plant here is at the end of its lifespan. But the Ford government today says no, they're going to refurbish it and keep it up and running for as long as 30 more years.
And today, I'm pleased to announce that our government is supporting Ontario Power Generation's plan to refurbish the Pickering nuclear generating station.
The announcement comes as demand for electricity here in Ontario is forecasted to increase sharply over the coming decade. The big question, though, some have is whether or not renewables might be a better choice. Why don't you spend this money on wind and solar, which experts say can easily make up the power shortfall from Pickering? Why not do that instead of rebuilding an aging end-of-its-life facility, sir?
Because this is the plan that makes sense. It's as simple as that. What others are saying we should do doesn't make sense for the stability of our grid.
Well, that's just absolutely wrong. Wind and solar are less than half the cost of rebuilding the Pickering nuclear station.
Critics like the Ontario Clean Air Alliance say better storage technology makes wind and solar a much better and more cost-effective option.
It's like the Greenbelt. Premier Ford often chooses the options that are best for certain large, well-connected corporations. And in Ontario, our largest electric utility is Ontario Power Generation. It owns the Pickering nuclear station, and it would like to see it rebuilt.
But does it make sense for taxpayers? When it comes to the cost of the refurbishment, the minister would only say that the government is spending $2 billion just on preliminary engineering and design work. How can the government say it supports this without knowing what it costs? And if there's any cost overruns, will it be passed on to ratepayers?
Yeah, so what I would say is we have the experience on doing this already, albeit these units are somewhat smaller than the ones that we are talking about at Darlington and Bruce, where we are refurbishing now.
The refurbishment, if it gets approved, will take 11 years, and despite the big questions about costs and if we should be doing it, the government contends it would create 11,000 jobs and add more than $19 billion to Ontario's GDP. In the shadow of the reactors here at Pickering, Richard Southern, City News.